This is the video for Taurus Rising. Okay, so people with Taurus Rising come across in a smooth, stable and grounded way. It's an earth sign and it's ruled by the planet Venus. So other traits that come with the Taurus Rising are these people are very in tune with the five senses, and they do like to enjoy the good things in life, so good food. They have, they enjoy things that are tactile and that are physical, so they maybe enjoy art and going to, art shows or the creative side of life as well. When it comes to the way they move through life, they tend to be very slow and steady, so they're not going to be the one that's going to be first to put their hand up to do anything necessarily, unless they've got an Aries moon or a very strong moon that's initiating and they are passionate about it. But with the Taurus Rising, it kind of subdues the ego self a little bit. They're very practical, very grounded, so and very they're quite patient, so they're willing to work methodically to achieve what they want to achieve in life. They might be a quiet achiever, someone that kind of is in the background, working away slowly on things. They have a lot of personal stamina, and they're very stable in themselves, so they have this sort of stable strength about them where they can work on things for long periods of time. They have a lot of energy to put into things that they're passionate about. So so very earthy, and they have an aura about them that's quite calming for other people, or quite soothing. So if you know someone with Taurus Rising, you might find their presence a very stable presence, and not a very up and down and all over the place. You might know their routine. They might have very stable and predictable routine about them, so they might come home from work and they might go have a shower, and then they might go and do some gardening, and then they might go and do this. And you might, if you live with someone with a Taurus Rising, you might get to know their very rhythmical and very stable routine, which can become a little bit predictable because it's Venus rules, and it can be like the seasons itself. So that people with Taurus Rising are known to be reliable people. If they say they're going to do something, they probably will say they will do it, and they're going to be quite cautious in their nature. They're not going to sort of react quickly and then regret it later. They're definitely not. It's going to be the opposite. They're going to sort of process things a little bit first, think, should I do this, and really feel their way through it and think, visualize, what it's going to be like for them to do A, B or C, and then they will eventually come to the conclusion and make the decision. So they can be a bit slow like that to decide what course they're going to take, but once they do decide on a course, they stick to it. So you can trust a Taurus Rising to come through with something that they they're passionate about and something that they decide to do. They can be very stable partners in a relationship. As a parent, they'll be a very stable parent that would make sure they provide for you materially. This is a very strong focus for them, so they would make sure that all your material needs are taken care of, and the material side of life is really important with the Taurus Rising. So they may be possessive and acquisitive by nature. They might enjoy earning money, enjoy having money, and with all the things that money can do, but they're not purely materialistic. They have another side to them that is also spiritual as well. So they're very patient, they're very understanding of others, so they don't mind waiting. When they have to wait for something that they really want, they will wait for it, and they're very loyal as well, so they can make loyal friends, or and because they are quite sort of stable in themselves and quite strong, they tend to attract people that maybe are a bit more emotional, that need their support. Also, to the physical appearance, they can have very thick, luscious hair. They can have curly hair or wavy hair. Even if their hair's straight, it'll be quite thick hair, be quite sort of abundant. They might have large eyes, and as I said before, a peaceful aura about them. They may be interested in creativity or the arts in some way. And when it comes to Taurus Rising, these people are not people that will have overnight success usually, unless there's something else in their chart that's really indicating that. They're usually the type of people that have to work over the years, gradually putting the work in very continually, and they will build up to that level of success that they want. And usually they'll work away quietly in the background. They're not someone that needs to be the life of the party or front and center. They're just happy to be, as long as they're enjoying what they're doing and they're seeing some kind of results, then they will continue to work at what they want to achieve in life. They might be quite solid in their physical being. So usually Taurus rising people, they are solid. They're not usually, rarely will be really thin people. Even if they are smaller in frame, they will be strong and there's a sense of stability about their physical body. And they usually have really nice skin, because again it's ruled by Venus, so they have nice skin that sort of glows. You usually have good skin and clear skin and that sort of thing. And large eyes, long eyelashes. Sometimes they do. I know someone with Taurus rising that has the long eyelashes and curly thick hair and nice skin. So I mean, if you know someone with Taurus rising, you probably see that as well. I'm sure there's something I'm missing here, but that's all I can think of for now. If you're a Taurus rising and would like to share, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.